Hey everybody, Brimstone here, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. The Rippaverse just released Horseman #1, a actual full-fledged series instead of the once off it got with Horseman Welcome to Flores Park. And it starts off very, very well. But before we get into this book, if you'd like to hear about general low-key pop culture stuff, some comic reviews, and some TV show reviews that you might not have heard of, please hit that like, hit the sub button, share this out there, leave a comment in the video. And yeah, where to begin with this? So Hector, the comic starts off with Hector in a therapist chair recalling his service time with his team. And there were 4 of them, and they basically was like, we were the best, we were this, we were that. And one by one, his friends started dying. And one of them apparently died on Christmas, which was something he really struggled with. I don't think we've heard the last of that. We'll probably hear about that. I'm really looking forward to hearing that story. And he's really struggling with stuff. And his doctor's like, well, you could do thrill seeking and, just some safe thrill seeking behavior kind of thing, like that medium ground, because Hector is very capable. And he's like, I did that for a while, but I had to stop and stuff. And that's where you wanted to see, the actual book for Welcome to Flores Park. And here is Horseman #1. Absolutely fantastic. Hope I get to get these signed one day. And he's like, well, then I'll just have you write some prescriptions. And he's like, no, I don't want my head in a blanket. I'd rather feel bad than feel nothing at all. So they go through and he goes through the motion. You find out he's still with Patty. He kept his gear, and he's also working at a warehouse facility where he's very clearly not going to advance. And he realizes that he's trapped in the rut of not living life. Like, not what he wants to do, just another rat in the den and running around the maze and stuff like that. And it pushes into so many different things, like he gets blackmailed by his nephew to take him to a horror movie. But he gets a message. He does get a message in the form of a billboard to asking the Horseman to text this number. And he does, and you find out it's by a guy named Cal Buxton, which is an absolutely fantastic name. Very cheesy, very comic booky, and I really loved it. And Cal Buxton is a tech mogul in Flores Park, and all over Texas, I think, and he is loaded. He offers to fund the Horseman with whatever he wants, and they go, and he's like, okay, fine, but only cash. I'll tell you where to drop it in the equipment. And he sets up a base himself. He sets up a hidden base called the Stable. And he has this souped up SUV style car called the Stallion. And it's a beast. It's got a rotating minigun, but instead of regular miniguns, it's a shotgun with buckshot in it, which I'm not even sure how the hell that works, but it's freaking badass. And he's like, oh, Cal's like, okay, I'll give you the information. You go solve the problems. And he shows up to the first scene, and he is about to engage, and Alpha Core shows up. Solari, Ingrid Valdez are there, and he's like, hey, he's like, whoa, wait a minute. And you find out that the people that he was actually going to stop were human traffickers. They were actually trying to move the people, and the Alpha Core saved them all. And at that point, he's like, nope, I'm out. Screw this. I'm not dealing with them. They gave me a second chance, and something tells me that Solari isn't very forgiving. By the way, I cannot wait to see what happens when Solari finds out that the Horseman's back. He is going to be so pissed because he gave him a second chance, and it is not going to go well for Hector. So he's headed home, and he's like, nope, I'm going to do my own thing from now on. So he heads out of Flores Park into the desert, and he takes down a pill farm, which is basically, like somebody who's making the something cut with fentanyl and stuff like that. In the meantime, Cal Buxton is like, hey, we can't let this happen again. We need to get their information before they get the information. So he has a woman working with him named Kitty, who seems to be a fusion of, Miss Tessmacher and Pussy Galore, which is honestly, tilt my hat to you on that one, Chuck Dixon. That's freaking genius. And she's tech savvy. She can fly. She's all this stuff, which is absolutely fantastic. And she's really good looking. and she backdoors into the witness protection, the confidential informants, and they get to the confidential informants. So basically, the confidential informants get info, they get paid, and wait a couple days before they give the information to the proper authorities. And yeah, so that's where that little arc ends. And they meet with a guy who has in a trailer park who has all these snakes. I'm not quite sure what his deal is yet, but this is just the first issue. This is the very first issue of the new run, and it really picks up right where this left off, and it's absolutely fantastic. Now, the book itself is absolutely phenomenal. What made me really happy was the binding is all fantastic. Smells brilliant, that new comic book smell. But that Rippaverse ethic is right back on the front page. And I love seeing that on the front of every book. Their quality of standard is something I have greatly come to respect, and they have upheld for me since I bought this book. This was my first Rippaverse book. I do have Saints and Sinners on the way that will be coming. As well as Alpha Core, Gooding, and Norfolka, and Yaira 3 is on order, but due to the printing issues they had and had to switch things up, they are a little bit behind on the shipping, but I am perfectly okay with that. I love waiting for these books. When I see they shipped, I know I have a good couple hours of reading ahead of me because I'll read the book once or twice. So my overall thoughts on this, it is a fantastic start to where Welcome to Flores Park ended. It is going to be a whole run. It's not a self-contained story. It is going to be a full run. I'm not sure how many issues, but it will absolutely be a full run. And I, for one, am very, very excited for this book. This run. This is going to be fantastic. It's a little bit of the Punisher, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and it is absolutely phenomenal to see. So yes, Rippaverse, you did it again. Thank you so much. My personal favorite part was was when he first met Cal. He's like very douchey with the red sunglasses, and just like, haha, I'm one step ahead of you, and he drastically is underestimating Hector, and he doesn't even know it yet. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. Did you read this book? Are you into Rippaverse? If not, why not? This is a great time to start. There's a lot of back issues that you can still get. I started off with Welcome to Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park, but I highly recommend starting off with Bloodruth. It is absolutely fantastic, and if you're into horror stories, that's even better. But I love the Bloodruth comic book. But no, yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and happy reading.